Welcome back to G Auto Repair. Today we're working on a 2012 Nissan Rogue, and the customer is complaining that the engine vibrates and shakes when they're at a stoplight or stop sign, and intermittently comes and goes where the engine shakes a bit and then goes back to normal. It's not a misfire, and I've narrowed it down to where the AC clutch engages, the engine shakes and vibrates. And I'm going to demonstrate that. We put the vehicle in gear. You're going to see here the RPMs. Okay, so I just turned off the AC clutch, and I'm going to turn it back on now, and as soon as it engages, you're going to notice the drop in RPMs right there. Okay. So you can really feel it in the steering wheel and the seats. Every time it engages, you get that vibration right there. I turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. I'm gonna turn it on now, right there. Okay, you can definitely hear and feel the vibration in the steering wheel and whatnot. So I've ran into this issue before with other Nissans, and it's always upon AC clutch engagement. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cover the basics. We're gonna do an induction service. We're gonna clean up the throttle body, and maybe do an idle air volume relearn, and we're gonna see if that helps out the problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the tubing and whatnot and prep everything for cleaning, and I'll see you shortly. All right, so we're back. I went ahead and removed the intake tube here. Just simply removed it, and to do that you just got to remove a 10 millimeter bolt that holds this there, and obviously this hose right here that goes here, and the two clamps here and here, and you can just wiggle this out. I did loosen right here this 10 millimeter nut just so I can get a little bit more wiggle room there. So now I have access to the throttle plate to clean it out. In these services, I also do clean the mass airflow sensor, which is right here, and you just remove these small screws. He's got two of them, one here, here, and this pulls right on out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out. Just gotta kind of since it gets stuck here, you just kind of gotta find the angle, and it comes right on out. And to clean this, we use mass airflow sensor cleaner, and in here there's some elements in there that get dirty. In this case it's not really dirty, but it's part of the service. I'm not sure if you can see that. See those little filaments in there? They get coated with dirt and stuff, and it doesn't read right. So every so often you have to clean it out. And it's just as simple as just spraying it in there to get any gunk and build up on those elements. And just spray it in there, and you're done. It'll dry on its own. Just shake it off a little bit. and then we just pop it back in. Now this does have to go a certain way. See the sensor, the air has to flow right through here, so you got to stick this in like that. A lot of airflow sensors have an arrow, this one doesn't, but they can only go in one way. And as a matter of fact, there are some notches here that prevent you from installing it the wrong way. And there you go. Put these 2 screws there. And you're tying them down, and that part of it is done. Get a fit up head screwdriver. Now this one is kind of at an angle there, so it's kind of hard to get with the screwdriver. So you got to kind of pull back on it to get that angle in there. Okay. So now we're just going to move on to the next. Let's see there. So there's a throttle plate right here. We just gotta open it and clean. And for that, we're gonna use throttle body cleaner. So we're just gonna spray it in there. And I'm gonna carefully open it by hand and get a small soft bristle toothbrush and just clean this area here and up top. And you'll be surprised at how many idle problems you can fix with just doing this simple service here. Sometimes they idle rough, especially the older vehicles that would idle rough. You see how nasty that is. Turn my toothbrush black. Gotta wipe it down real good. You can see. Nissans are kind of funny with this because on some models you could just put a pedal depressor on the gas pedal and it will open it up for you, but you know that kind of varies from make and model. You can see how dirty that got, turning the rag black. And that's normal from the PVC doing its job, is circulating these gases from the crankcase, which carry oil vapors and other junk along with it, and gets all these parts cleaning. This is something that should be done roughly about every 30,000 miles. A lot of people do neglect this service because they don't really think it's that important. And on top of that, dealers tend to charge a lot for this service, so people tend to neglect it, and as a result you start having performance issues, especially during idle. Clean the back of it. Now when you first start the car up, it's probably not going to want to start too well. That's normal. That's because we're pouring all this stuff in there. And that tends to happen. Dirty. They want to be careful with these plates because they are sharp and they could cut you. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. You want to be extra careful. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it down and scrub it down a little bit more off camera. This will give you guys a close-up. Just want to do that number there. Right. So I'll be back with you in just a minute. Alright, I'm back. I went ahead and installed the intake again. I tightened the 2 clamps. I installed the hose here with the snap ring, with the this screw here, and I went ahead and installed this here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start the car, see if there's an improvement. I may have to do a air volume relearn after this. So we're gonna get started. Idling kind of high now, so we're gonna let that settle down there. It's coming down now. The AC is off at this time. Now I just turned it on. I'm gonna put it in drive. Turn it off. The vehicle is in gear, because it's more noticeable when it's in gear. I'm gonna turn it back on now. I'm noticing a great improvement, drastic improvement actually. I put it in neutral. Drop it in gear. Turn on the AC. Yep. Turn it on again. Yeah, the needle barely comes down now. I'm gonna turn it off. Turn it back on. Yep. Major improvement. Well guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go for a test drive and see how the car responds. But I'm thinking this is gonna be a problem solved. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and if there's any other updates on this particular problem, I'll go ahead and add it on to the video. Till next time, thanks for watching.